So, first thing is thank you to the Shaws. Where are the Shaws? Right there. Yep, thank you. I call that what you did with Jack and Molly and Will, great parenting. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so I've already been told this is a toast, not a speech, so it's not going to be a speech, so I'm good there. I was totally good with that. And you can imagine who told me that. And also I was told it's not an emotional thing, so it's even easier. So thank you for everyone coming. Thank you so much. So as part of this toast, not speech, I'm going to give Jack a present for joining the Burns family. So I've got a present for you, Jack, but I've got a couple stories as well. But I'm going to just give you the present now. I don't want you to open it. Okay, hang tight. Jack, I've not even opened this. All right, Jack. I don't know where you're going to open it. Okay. So the first story I'm going to tell you is the typical day when Jack and Haleigh come to Polly's. So they're up early, crack of dawn, and they take the drone out and get a video of the sunrise. So after the sunrise, they've got the drone video. Then they go to Merle's Inlet and they cast the net. Jack casts the net to catch live bait. So either mullet or shrimp. So Jack, then they go, once they catch the live bait, they'll go to the Brown Fox to get a coffee. So one day, when they came back, I was sweeping the garage. And so I'm sweeping the garage, and Jack is being great parenting, comes downstairs and goes, "Hey, can I help you?" I'm like, "Jack, I'm good. I got it mostly done, but that's okay. I got it mostly done." I go, "Jack, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm good. I'm good. Just go do your thing." So 10 minutes later, I get it finished. I go upstairs. No one's home. I'm like, "Where's everyone?" So I look out the window. Haleigh's on the beach in a chair, reading her book, and Jack's fishing. I'm like, "Holy smokes, this is kind of nice." And so I said, "These guys totally have this figured out. Totally." Shoot. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. So that's one story with Jack. But Jack, now, when I'm sweeping the garage, you don't have to ask, you can just do it now. Just do it. You don't have to ask. Okay. So the second story, and why we have the present, is, so one day it's dead calm out there. And I'll just give you a little history on Jack, when Jack fishes. Most people, most guys, when they go to the beach and fish, they cast the net out, or cast the rod out, they sit in their chair, they drink beer, and they just wait for the rod to bend. But not Jack. Jack will wade chest high into the water and cast, if he needs to go chest high into the water and cast. And when he's fishing, he holds the rod the entire time. The only time he puts it into the rod holder is when he has to change the bait or he has a fish on the hook. So one day we're out there, and it was dead calm. So I go to Jack, we have the paddle boards down at the beach. And I go, "Jack, do you want me to take the lure out further for you?" And so Jack goes, "Yeah, that would be great." And so I get on the paddleboard on my knees. We figure out how to get it onto the paddleboard. Remember this, Jack? Oh yeah, of course you do. This is not fiction. So I paddle out, and then I look back at Jack. I go, far enough? Jack goes, it's further. I'm like, oh, geez, Jack. So I look back again. I go, far enough? So Jack sent me out there. And so now I want you to open the present, Jack. And this is a welcome to the Burns family present. It still has all the stickers on it. Am I under the 4 minutes still? 4 to 5. I'm doing it. Peyton, I would have been shorter if you didn't take all my lines, man. Oh, so it's a fishing drone. Oh. So Jack, that can fly in 38-mile winds, can hold 4 pounds of bait, and most importantly, when you take that, when you fly it out and you drop the bait, there's a return to home button on the drone. So you can totally focus on holding the rod and fishing the entire time. All right. All right. Cheers to Jack and Haleigh. There we go. They each caught a keeper. Yay!
And now we will have a blessing by the uncle of the bride.
Before I do the blessing, Jack, we were on the beach today. Walked down the beach and there were 3 or 4 guys fishing and they had that drone. And I was watching it, it's fantastic. And I asked him how much it was. I was floored. And so my message to you is, don't lose it. All right, that's not, I'm here to give the blessing. So, Heavenly Father, we thank you for the joy of this day and the love that has brought both Haleigh and Jack together in marriage. We are grateful for the gift of family and dear friends who have gathered here today to celebrate and support them with much love. Bless their very special wedding dinner and the fellowship we are all here to share tonight. Lord, we ask you for blessing upon this couple. May their life together be filled with understanding and patience. May their home be a place of peace and welcome. May their love deepen with each passing year. So much blessing and happiness to both Jack and Haleigh. Thank you very much.
I'm Maddie. I'm the maid of honor, and I can't even tell you how honored and privileged I feel to get to share a toast with you all tonight. So many stories and memories were flooding through my head as I was preparing. Should I talk about the time Haleigh allowed me to highlight her hair despite my total lack of experience? Or the time we scaled a 10-foot wall out in California to spare ourselves from the 120-degree desert heat? I'd actually like to bring us back to the start of my friendship with Haleigh. We met during our very first week of college at Miami during Welcome Week. And what first struck me about her was just how confident and witty she was. I mean, I just thought she was so brave for choosing a college in Ohio, so far away from Vermont. She had this polished New England style, and I was just immediately drawn to how funny she was without even trying. And still, these are 2 of the traits that I love most about you. She felt like someone who I hoped would be a part of my life for a very long time. So I know many of you may not be the most familiar with sororities, but the recruitment process can feel really scary and intimidating, especially for two eldest daughters without anyone paving the way for us. So when bid day came around, I cannot even explain the rush of relief and joy I felt when I saw Haleigh across the room and we realized that we were both in Gamma Phi. I mean, tears were welling in our eyes. We were so overwhelmed, but I was so thankful for her, and I truly think that changed the trajectory of my life forever. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up our sophomore year's roommates. We obviously wanted to live together, but the sorority dorm rooms are incredibly tiny, like a shoebox, so we had no interest in bunking our beds, and eventually came up with the solution of creatively wedging our two beds together and creating one giant mega bed. It really was iconic. I mean, I won't go into all the memories we shared at Miami because I'd be rambling on for ages, but we truly were inseparable, from countless country nights, toothbrush parties, crafting. I mean, we had each other's backs through everything. So thankfully, our friendship and adventures continued when Haleigh and I moved to Chicago after graduation. And I think it was around this time that I realized all the positive influences that she's had on me as a friend. I mean, she's introduced me to pretty much everything I love, from Pilates, my favorite Starbucks order, all the best makeup and skincare products, needlepoint. I mean, she really is always trailblazing and ahead of the curve on every single trend. I don't really know what influence I've had on her besides ending way too many nights out at Taco Bell. So then Jack came into the picture, and I remember Haleigh excitedly telling me about him 6 years ago, and he sounded very promising. But when I met him, I could see how well they clicked together. He's smart, he's respectful, he loves staying active between his many hobbies, and he's absolutely hilarious. He's truly the perfect match for Haleigh. From starting out in a long-distance relationship to now having made several moves together, I know they have such a strong foundation for their future. I truly don't think there's ever a dull day for these two. They wake up every day and live life to the very fullest. As I wrap up, I just want to share one more fun memory. A couple years ago, Haleigh and Jack had the genius idea of getting some of our friends together in Chicago for a golf-themed bar crawl. And Haleigh organized for us all to show up at the very first bar right at noon, and in classic Haleigh fashion, she created these custom graphic designed scorecards with each of the 9 bars we were going to, and even created some fun rules to stir up the competition. And she even bought a 100-pack of those little golf pencils for everybody. Jack's dad actually happened to be visiting Chicago that weekend, and Russ did not shy away from the competition. Far too many shots of Malort were consumed that day. I just have such fond memories of that day and the entire era when Haleigh and Jack lived in Chicago. I just kind of feel like that's a story that highlights how Haleigh is that friend who knows how to create a perfect plan, bring it to life, all while making it look absolutely effortless. She notices those details that other people might miss, and she really knows how to have fun. I think that was a foreshadowing for today in many ways. Looking around, all of this truly is her vision coming to life, and it's absolutely perfect. Haleigh, thank you for always being such a true and constant and loyal, supportive friend through every phase of life. You are the most stunning bride. And Jack, you are so thoughtful, hardworking, and you make Haleigh very happy. So with that, please raise a glass to the Shaws.
Great speech.
And now we'll have a speech by the best man, Will.
Hi, all. My name is Will, as many of you know. And I'm so happy to be here today celebrating Haleigh and Jack as Jack's best man and younger brother. Before we get into any specifics about Haleigh and Jack, I wanted to start off by giving a big thanks to Haleigh's parents, Dan and Tracy, and my parents, Russ and Denise, for making this weekend happen. Thank you. Without you, none of us would be here today celebrating Haleigh and Jack, so let's give a big round of applause, even though we just did. Another one. Now to start. Growing up, Jack and I were best friends. Some would say inseparable. As the younger brother, I always wanted to be just like Jack. Since Jack played lacrosse, I had to play lacrosse. When Jack learned how to surf, I learned how to surf shortly after. When Jack made the high school golf team, I got cut freshman year. So naturally, when Jack tore his ACL, I had to tear my ACL. However, I didn't want to be like Jack enough to tear it a second time. Sorry, Jack. Although we did everything together, we still had our differences. Jack was a straight A honor roll student and very rarely missed a day of school. Me, on the other hand, I would do anything to miss a day of school and would fake a sickness at least once a month. I remember in middle school, our parents surprised us with a trip to Disney World, and Jack started crying because he knew that meant he was going to have to miss a few days of school and ruin his perfect attendance record. Have you ever heard of a kid crying because they had to go to school, or they were going to miss school to go to Disney World? No, me either. Haleigh, just know that Jack is always going to show up for you just like he showed up to school every day, no matter the circumstance. Jack eventually went off to college to attend RPI, where he met some of his best friends and made some lasting memories with a lot of late nights at O'Leary's and Amonte's with the RPI boys. And then came Haleigh. From the first time Jack told me about Haleigh to the first time meeting her, I knew Haleigh was here to stay. Haleigh, you're genuine, kind, funny, and incredibly brave. Because let's be honest, marrying into the Shaw family takes some serious guts. You saw this firsthand last summer on the vineyard trip for Rusty's 60th birthday, where you witnessed a full-grown woman swim completely clothed, singing Mariah Carey after 4 bottles of Miraval. I won't name any names. But in all seriousness, you two are perfect for each other, and I've loved watching you build a life together over the past 6 years in many locations from Troy to Mount Pleasant. Whether it be at the low points, like when Jack was in Iowa during COVID lockdown, and we all know how that went, or the high points, like when you guys moved in together for the first time in Chicago and enjoyed countless days and nights at the River Shannon and Old Crow. You've always managed to find a way to make the most of every situation, and I can't wait to see what the next chapter brings at your new home in Mount Pleasant. So to Jack, thank you for being the best big brother that Molly and I could ask for. You've been my best friend and role model for the past 27 years, and have taught me countless lessons on what it means to be a good person and an even better brother. Haleigh, thank you for bringing the best out in Jack, fitting into the family so easily, and matching Jack's sense of adventure. I love you both and can't wait to see you guys grow old together. Sorry, sentimental there. And before we toast to these two, in the spirit of Jack and Haleigh being the two most spontaneous people that I know, I thought it was only right to continue a little good luck tradition that they had introduced to me in Chicago and have brought to the Shaw family parties ever since. So to keep the tradition going, I propose we do a little Chicago Malort shot for a lifetime of happiness and good luck. Haleigh, if you don't want to, I'll take yours as well. One sec. For my last piece of advice, always try to laugh together even when times get hard. And if you ever have a disagreement, just know Haleigh is always right. Like Dan Burns once said, there's no returns, Jack. So if everyone could raise their glasses and join me in celebrating Haleigh and Jack to the Shaws. Cheers, guys.
All right, so we just want to say a few thank yous. The first goes to Sarah and her team for help with all the planning and everything today. It went pretty smooth, and very smooth actually, so it's been awesome. So we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. The second we wanted to say was just our friends here today. If you're here today, you're more than friends, you're family to us, so we really appreciate it being here and supporting us today, so we want to say thank you guys. The next, I wanted to say thank you to all our family, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, everyone who's here today. You've always been there for us growing up, everything like that. So we love you guys. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Sorry, this is taking longer than normal, but just our siblings, Will, Malls, Ryan. We love you guys, like seriously, you're the best, and we do really love you, so thank you so much. Sorry, I'm gonna start crying, but one more. Just our parents, Mom, Dad, Tracy, Dan, thank you for always being there for us, like always being our main supporters. We love you guys so much, and thank you guys so much. I guess my parents aren't here, but thank you. But there they are. Yeah. All right, perfect, awesome. Well, thank you again, and we hope you guys have a great night, and we love you guys all, so have a good night.